Wild Jockey here. Welcome back to the third episode of Chocobo Stallion. Something strange going on in the farm. I've got another Chocobo hanging out with us. What's going on here? Well, it's kind of a long story. You know, in fact, why don't I actually show you what happened? Well, this is an interesting little development. It looks like my PocketStation has a Chocobo already in it. I was playing around with this a couple of years ago, a year or so ago, the PocketStation. And I just recently brought it out of retirement, I guess. But yeah, it looks like there's one in there. I was just taking a look at it. So let me find it here. Where is the settings? I think the settings are here. There it is. And yes. Let's see what we get for the Chocobo. All right. And yes, there it is. There was a Chocobo in there. And the Chocobo has been moved. Cool. Awesome. So we have a Chocobo. And what's the deal with this Chocobo? I don't know. I'll have to find out. So the Chocobo has now been moved to from my PocketStation. So now we have no more Chocobo in there, which is good. So that means that I can show an example of how to catch a Chocobo, because you're only allowed one Chocobo per PocketStation. So there you go. Yes, and there you have it. What happened was, well, my PocketStation had a Chocobo already in it. So I had to clear that, get the Chocobo out, so I can show you how to actually catch Chocobo with a Wild Chocobo, the PocketStation. Yeah, so this Chocobo has been around for a couple years sitting in the PocketStation. So let's just take a quick look at this Chocobo while we're at it. Now, as you can see, even though they are Wild Chocobo, in this particular case, I don't want to set it free or sell it, this Chocobo actually does have a sire line. Its sire is Champagne Dip, and apparently this Chocobo comes from a place by the name of Costa del Sol, also known as Costa del Sol, which is kind of a cool area of the land of Final Fantasy. And I think I'll do a separate episode talking more about the breeding, but I'm not sure when, because kind of figured it out since I started this game, how the breeding works in here. That you might find that information interesting, and like I said, I'll do it in a separate episode. But for now, let's get back to that main menu here, if it lets me. There we go. Now, before you use your PocketStation, you have to load the app onto your PocketStation. And how you do that, well, when you start up your game, you're given a menu, and at the bottom of that menu is where you can load the app for the PocketStation, and I'll cut away to a video showing you how that is. So I'll just show you here very quickly that this right here is how you put the mini game onto your PocketStation. You go into this menu, like so, and then you select the memory card, which I don't have a PocketStation plugged in, so I won't go any further than that. But that's pretty much how you put in the game. So I just wanted to mention that. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward there. You just, load it onto your PocketStation. And now let me show you how you actually capture Chocobo using your PocketStation. All right, hopefully this is going to work. This is my first attempt trying to do this. Now, you don't need all of this to capture a Chocobo, obviously. You do need the PocketStation and the remote, and you can see that. So what do I have in front of me? Well, you can see the PocketStation to the right, and then you can also see To the left, the remote. That's just a generic remote I got from a Bluetooth speaker I built about a year or so ago. Yeah, I just thought I'd use it for the demonstration. And in the middle is a multifunction tester, a T7. I use this for checking my components when I put into like a circuit board, especially through-hole components. It has something on there called an IR tester. And I'm going to show you that first before, so you get an idea. So let me just turn that on. That thing should, falls over, of course, when I do it. So yeah, it's in Chinese, but it'll still work. So if I take the remote and I push a button on it, it'll show you an IR decoder, a user code, and a data code. Now, the user code is the code of the remote control. They're unique, I guess. And then the data code is the different buttons that you push. If you notice there, it changes that data code number, if you can see it. Hopefully you can. And yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate that. This is sort of how the PocketStation, I guess. I'm not sure when you try to get Chocobo with it, if it uses both user code and data code, or just the user code. So that means that it possibly you can get more than one Chocobo from one remote. You know, that'll be kind of cool, right? But I'm gonna have to experiment with that in a future thing and let you know. I'm not gonna do it today because that'll require me having a, you know, okay, test it, okay, get another Chocobo, that kind of thing. So, and I'll do that later on. Okay, so let's get this all figured out here. So first of all, let's turn on our Sony here, and as you can see here is the PocketStation. I believe if I do this, it'll say search. Yes, I want to search. So it's going to be looking for, let me get it there. It's going to be looking for a Chocobo, and I go yes, and now it's on standby. So I take our remote, and I believe if I push the button, it should go. I don't know. I haven't tried this before. Like this. I guess not. I guess it's on standby. Okay, so I guess push it again. Ah, there we go. Now it's looking. As you can see, it's searching. So I'll hit this button right here, and there you go. And it looks like it has, if I can get it in focus, it has caught a Chocobo. Yes, you go. There you go. We got a Wild Chocobo. Now, from what I can tell, yeah, it's got the menu. It's got the info. There's no info on it, I guess. I'm not sure about what that is. I guess watch it. I guess you can take a look at it. There's a Chocobo right there. Isn't that kind of cool? And anything else about it? Total is 10. So I believe what that means is that when you transfer over the Chocobo, it'll cost you 10 gil to do so. So it's not free. So you can't just go and capture a whole bunch. But chances are, if you don't like the Chocobo and you sell it, you'll make more money in the end. So, and let's see if there's anything else on this. Let me just go back to the menu here. Yeah, Wild Chocobo and then the search. I mean, we can do it again. Yeah, sure, why not? So we put on standby. So there we go. Let's push a button here. And there you go. There's Chocobo. And yeah. So I'm not 100% sure if that means that we have more than one Chocobo on here, because I think if I go to the gill, it's now minus 20. So I don't think it is. I don't know, because the only one that I had when I did that transfer, there was only one of them. And I believe I tried years ago to capture two. So I think you can only have one at a time. Or maybe you get the best of them, I think. I think the idea is with this is you're only allowed to transfer one, but you get like, I don't know, maybe it finds the best one of all the Chocobos that you've captured, and then that's the one it transfers over. So, but I'm not too sure. So yeah, there you have it. Now, if you want, I think you just to turn off your, turn it off, we'll get back to the menu. Not the menu. There we go. I think if you just push and hold it, it will say continue or exit. You want to exit, and there you go. So, and then it'll automatically turn itself off at the after a few moments. And the reason why I say that too is the battery on these things, you got to watch out for that as well. The batteries don't tend to last long for these. They're only, I think they last for about a month or so, these little coin batteries. But that's okay. Anything that you've caught, Chocobo-wise, it'll stay on there even if the battery dies. The battery is more for the setting of the date and the time. If you use this as a memory card, it's fine too. It'll keep the information in there. It's just for the date and the time stuff will, and of course you can't play the mini games because you don't have the battery working on it. So, and these are those usual. What are they? I think they're just the usual. Yeah, the CR2032 batteries, and you can get them in many places, and you probably buy them in bulk for cheap. So there you have it, and let's get to the video, and I'll show you how to move the Chocobo over to the game. All right, now in front of me, I've got that PocketStation. I'm just looking at it right as we speak. Now, how do I get these guys onto the Sony? Well, I did show you that video where I got this this Wild Chocobo that's been sitting there for a couple years on it. But I'll show you again how it works. So first of all, you take your PocketStation and you plug it into the memory card slot. In this case, I like to plug it into the second slot. And I mean, I'm not going to show you how to do that. I mean, you should know how to do that. If you don't, yeah. You got to figure that out for yourself, I guess. Okay, so you want to select this. This is your Office, actually. And in your Office menu, you want to go down to this, which is sort of the transport menu here. And that is to have things coming from your PocketStation to the game. So let's do that. Yes, I want to do that. And now what it's doing is it asks which memory card do we want. Now, I've got it in memory card 2. I think you could probably put it into memory card 1 if you want to do that. Or, swap the memory cards out. But it's just easier to put it into the memory card 2. So, so you can keep your main memory card still on your system. Especially if you're using one of those memory card pros that has like 1,000 pages of saves. So I select it here. And there we go. Slowly moving over. And it's done. So let's take a look and see. How many Chocobo do we have? Looks like we have only one Chocobo. So that's interesting. I was mentioning that in the video. I wasn't sure how many I was going to get. Now, of course, this Chocobo is the one that I had before. So again, I'm not sure why the Chocobo, you can go around, using remotes and capturing a whole bunch. You end up spending money. As you can see, I ended up spending, well, actually it was 40 gil in total. 20 for the Chocobo that I caught, or the Chocobo that was on this before the video started, and the one I just got now. So I'm not sure what the heck's going on with this. But yeah, so let's take a look at the Chocobo that we got. Now, as you notice, they have generic names, and they're numbered 1, number 2. So, up until they're, I think, 3 years old. When they get to about 3 years old, you can give the Chocobo a name. So at this point in time, they're just nameless Chocobo. So let's take a look at the one that we just got. And surprisingly enough, this Chocobo seems to be of the same variety, but it's a little more expensive. So yeah, the same. Yeah, it looks like it is. It's another champagne dip Chocobo, and this Chocobo has also comes from Costa del Sol. That's strange. Interesting. So we got 2 Chocobo. Wild, we caught them, and they're both from the same. Yeah, that is quite fascinating. Didn't realize that was going to happen. Let's just double check here. Let's see if we got any more Chocobo hanging out in there. Yeah, so let's do that. I don't think we do, but we'll take a look and see. I doubt it, though. I think we'll double check just to make sure to see if there's any Chocobo hanging out. Okay. And here we go. Nope. Is there another Chocobo? Nope, no more Chocobo. So, yeah, as you can see. So, they're completely out of the the PocketStation. So, that's strange. So, yeah, we have two Chocobo that are exactly the same. Interesting. And that's about it, really. I mean, there's not much else to talk about. In the next episode, I will show you more info about these Chocobo in the sense of what I've kind of figured out. But, yeah, for now, and probably in the next episode, too, I might, if I do some betting, I'll show you purchasing some of the things that are needed for the farm. So eventually I'll show you that. But I want to accumulate enough money because at the moment I've only got around 8,000. So I want to have a lot more money so I can go and just buy everything for the farm, get it ready. And that's sort of the advice that they give you because things like the slope and the pool, which are good for training, those would be good to have so you can get your Chocobo in top shape for the races. But, yeah, well, thank you very much for joining me. And please like, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode.